Hotfix number 2 for Don't Starve Together's Depths of Duplicity beta is out now, everyone, and it could very well be bigger than the initial updates combined, as while it may appear rather meek, it's anything but weak. With added depth to the endgame, a new mob or two, and fresh decor, I don't see how anyone could ask for more. All that said, however, is it actually any good? As something tells me that a significant majority of players are going to see this first segment of tweaks and give up before even reaching this stuff. But the heck's a possessed Shadow Atrium beard? Well, to answer that, we need to picture a world in which the rifts are already active mined, and one where we have multiple hearts to work with. For you see, with a Fuel Weaver destroyed, the ruins reset, including the labyrinth of course, but doing so under these circumstances can now lead to ornery chests within said maze via placing said heart within ornate ones. And no, I'm not joking, everything you heard and are seeing before you now is a real thing. Say hello to mimics, folks. They boast 950 health, 30 base damage, 20 planar, some planar defense I believe, and a very aggressive aggro. Word of warning, however, it seems like spawning these guys isn't as straightforward as it sounds, as it took me a dozen chests to get even one, so Clay might want to help us out there eventually. But for now, I will help us all by saying that chasing these now possessed Shadow Atriums is going to be meaningless. No. Save yourself the headache and trap them like you would a rabbit and call it a day. The new Gloom Bell, Saddle, or Shadow Mall is yours. Up until you have to do all of this again to get the others. Oh yes, putting somewhat pre-existing content beyond even more endgame content that we already had is going to be the next hot topic. So let's move on before the crap starts flinging to another huge change in how Charlie's newest thrall spawns. As we know, the discount shadow pieces call the Dreadstone Outcrop home, but they are no longer the sole resident. On a chance-by-chance basis, the Outcrop will now generate a group of sneaky snakes over the Inkblight team. Rictuses here have also gone and received their promised stealth mechanics, although they're somewhat of a one-and-done sort of deal if I'm honest. At least they're gonna be if we're gonna make our lives easier, that is. Yes, fighting a potential 3 snakes with multiple chomp attacks each at a potential 55 damage a bite with 800 health on top of that ain't great sounding, but it's a heck of a lot better than being chased in the dark by 3 of those very same invisible mouths while juggling everything else down here. If they land a bite on you, they're seemingly revealed forever. Otherwise, we'll have to employ some other indirect damages to do so ourselves via traps, reflection damage from Bramble perhaps, the Bright Shade Staff's targeting if you even hit one of these things, explosions, and honestly, not much more. So while it is a creepy and cool mob, the thrill of this new thrall kind of fades fast in my opinion. But you know what's gonna haunt us until the end of time from the beginning of time now? Don't Starve Together's freshest freaky face, the Lurking Nightmare. Once a post-rift shadow creature alone, the Lurker now spawns from any potential nightmare light during any nightmare cycle. So imagine a beefy, somewhat fast, hard-hitting shadow on top of everything else you'll be getting into down here in the ruins. And to make it even more intimidating, the thing levels up post-rifts now. It will gain the patented pure horror look, although for some reason mine's very gray today, 25 additional planar damage a bite, and everything about it is going to be quicker, from its base movement speed all the way to its attacks. So good luck. To continue though, Shadow Ickers are becoming more and more refined themselves with their added negative sanity auras, and yes, they do stack, as well as a quality of life cooldown mechanic to their areas of effects to turn them into less of an annoyance. On bridges where several Inker spawns can exist, killing the group seems to render the whole area on cooldown to help prevent having to constantly battle or zigzag through them every single bloody time we enter said area, or even like step away for 2 seconds and come back, as they were kind of really dumb with that. But now we take a wholly unexpected detour back to the surface to talk crabs, crafts, and cut stone. Y'all remember the sawhorse here, the furniture making machine given to us by a granny with a chair? Yeah, in this update, it does things like refining boards more efficiently, cutting stone into blocks in a very similar manner, and even granting us new stone furniture in tables, chairs, and stools. But it ain't as simple as just making the thing and having said recipes unlocked. Not when any celestial crafting station now has these moonglass saw blades within them themselves. For 6 moonglass and 1 moon moth, we can upgrade our sawhorses for stone crafting at will. But no, it doesn't actually increase the overall efficiency of the previous woodcrafts at the end of the day, and I think it should. But to wrap up our day comes a quote-unquote secret change that Clay is very clearly saving for an upcoming hotfix number 3. Loot changes to the greater depth worm. There's more to come for sure, but for now note that these things drop a random pile of loot chosen from this list. Bone shards, rocks, flint, monster meat, gold, niter, broken shells, tentacle spots, guano, fossils, thulsite, any gem type, including ruins, glowberries, tentacle trinkets, spoon trinkets for some reason, and light bulbs. But yup, hotfix number 3 is 100% gonna be dedicated to this thing. But folks, there you have it. Hotfix number 2 for Depths of Duplicity in its entirety. Mostly that is. For you see, with Rictus becoming a part of the Dreadstone outcropping, the mimics have seemingly moved on to just spawning wherever the heck they frickin' want. I have got reports of them generating at night alone. Some say they need to have a certain number of tools around for them to even spawn in the first place, and there are multiple reports claiming that they now come to the surface at that. For me, however, I seem to have gotten nothing aligned properly in order to see a single one of these things, so we're just gonna have to wait for some confirmation, I feel. And I do also want to point out that they added new art, animations, and sounds that are pretty damn creepy to both the ruins, all these thralls, the depth worm, and more. So if you want to go in and see all that for yourself, you should probably do that, so I don't spoil it for you. But given that we're likely one more hotfix and done, I did want to leave this video with some final thoughts that hopefully get incorporated. But in reality, it's actually one major big thought that encompasses a lot, as I feel we need tangible, progressible content down here that gives us a reason to do anything that we're doing in order to not only see and weave gameplay and lore together, but also come to the realization that it's been a year of this From Beyond stuff, both on the surface and in the caves, and the main players haven't shown their face in a year. What's happening? Why do we care? Hopefully people can use their brain noggins and realize what the hell I'm going on about without just yelling at me like they've been doing for years. But thanks for watching, folks. Well wishes to all. Enjoy the new main menu as a cherry on top, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.